Hey, you! What are you doing at this? Aren't you Lou Costello?
We're gonna have milk any minute.
Hey, you, Lou Costello, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
Well,
Yes,
how do you do? What are you doing at the station?
Well, I'm fine for you. See, Mr. Abbott and I, we're gonna go on a play with Elizabeth Scott, and I gotta go to New York City.
New York?
Yep.
Why don't you go to San Bernardino?
I don't have to go to San Bernardino. I'm gonna go to New York.
New York?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I gotta get to New York to do the play. And another thing, my mother lives in Paterson, New Jersey, so I go over to see my mother.
Well, if you
New York. You see, New York is a suburb to Paterson.
New York is a suburb.
Yeah.
And you're going to see your mother.
Yeah.
Well, if you go to San Bernardino, you can see my mother.
What I care about seeing your mother?
What's wrong with my mother?
I didn't say there's anything wrong.
Give me one reason why you don't want to see my mother. What did my mother ever do to you?
Your mother never did nothing to me. I didn't say there's anything wrong with your mother.
My mother never did nothing, huh?
Your mother never did anything to me.
My mother never did anything.
Oh.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself. My mother, for 30 years, she cooked 3 meals a day. She worked 48 hours a week in the plant packing oranges. She was a member of the garden club, president of the Parent Teachers Association. My mother raised 11 children, and you say she never did anything.
What I care about your mother packing oranges?
Oh, you
I don't care about your kids.
You don't care about my mother. You know what's the matter? The trouble with you is your brain is 2/10.
2/10?
Yes. 2/10 the size of a normal brain. You ought to be ashamed.
I'm a stranger here.
My mother's 11 children, they should be miserable.
I don't care about your mother and her 11 kids. Why don't your 11 kids stay home with the mother and be happy?
Oh, stay home and be happy. How can 11 kids be happy living in one room? Go on, say it. My mother's 11 kids. My sisters and brothers are a bunch of pigs.
Now, wait a minute. I never said that your mother with the kids is a bunch of pigs.
They live in one room, they're pigs.
I don't care about that. I never go around saying anything like the word pig. If I want to use the word pig, I say swine.
Now he's driving my wife. What's my wife ever done to you?
What I care about...
What are you trying to do? Are you trying to make my wife and I to be enemies? Are you trying to do something to hurt my family relations?
Wait a minute.
My wife has been good to me all through the years. What does she do? She cooks for me. She washes. She sews.
Look,
She's the last one to bed, the first one in the morning.
Look, my
Go
friend.
on, spit us up. Fix it so I should give up my wife.
Look, my friend, I want you to live happy with your wife. You should have a long marriage.
Oh, you want me to be stuck with her for the rest of my life? What are you trying to do? Cause trouble in my family?
I'm not trying to cause no trouble.
I'm bringing my wife a present. What are you trying to do? Stop it? This happens to be the finest thing, the very latest Hollywood style.
Why don't you go to San Bernardino? Let me look for Abbott, will you?
Oh, I should go to San Bernardino. My wife happens to live in Pismo Beach.
Well, what are you asking me to go to San Bernardino with you for?
Oh, you want to make me go somewhere else because you don't like
Go
it?
to Pismo Beach and
I dare you to hit me once more.
I'm not hitting you.
All right. My wife has got a present in here. What's wrong with it? The latest Hollywood style. Oh, I suppose I don't know what the latest Hollywood style is, huh?
I didn't even ask you what the latest... I don't care about the latest Hollywood...
Now I got to prove to you that
I
I
haven't
know.
been here long enough to find out what the latest style is. We're going right back east.
I don't have to prove to you, but I'll show you that I do know. The latest Hollywood style says that every woman's got to dress according to the color of her husband's hair. If he has black hair, she wears a black dress. If red hair, a red dress. Gray hair, a gray dress. If he has red hair, when she goes out, she dresses.
But I see the dress you're bringing home to your wife.
There you are.
You get out of here. If I can only find Abbott, I'll get myself set. I'm going to get out of here.
Where have you been? Where have you been? I'm looking all over this depot.
What kind of English is that? Where have you been?
What is wrong with you?
I have been here.
Something worrying.
A guy gave me a lot of stuff about his wife, about with a dress according to the
every time you
hair.
open your mouth,
My
you
wife's
see
got to wear a black dress.
All I do is get a headache.
His wife never comes out.
All right, never mind. Every time you talk, I get a headache.
Why don't you take aspirin?
I get a... Huh?
Why don't you take aspirin?
You're telling me to take an aspirin? You're telling me to take an aspirin? Have you a license to practice medicine? Have you a license to practice medicine?
I got no license to
Who
practice
are
medicine.
you to tell me to take an aspirin?
Look, if a guy says he's got a headache, his friend always says,
Doctor.
take an aspirin.
Doctors
I
spend
told
their
you
life
like-
savings.
I told
They
you
go
like-
to college.
I
They
gotta talk
study.
once in a while.
They work hard for years to become doctors, and you tell me to take an aspirin. What do you care about the doctors? You don't
It's
care.
my turn
You
now.
don't care if the doctors are out of work, do you?
Look, everybody tells a friend to take an aspirin. You got a headache, I said take aspirin. If you don't want me to tell it, you got a headache, don't take aspirin.
I shouldn't take it. You're my friend. You want me to walk around the street with a headache. Is that the idea? Is that the kind of a pattern?
Why don't you take a bromozones?
It's the same thing.
I mean,
You're always in trouble. You're always looking for trouble.
I'm not looking for no
Now,
trouble.
listen. I want you to be careful when Elizabeth Scott comes out. And don't forget, I don't want you to say one word out of turn.
Boy, am I glad
We'll
to get back home. That's
we'll
all I
blow
want
our
to
chance in that great
I'm,
show.
I'm glad to get back east. That's all I can tell
Well,
you.
you know, I love it back there this time of the
I
year.
like it back, too. Erskine Lakes, New Jersey's beautiful,
Oh,
brother.
in the fall.
I go up with my friend Joe Bosco and have a nice time.
With the leaves falling and the snow on the ground. Oh, I love the winter in New York.
You like the winter in New York?
I love it.
Hey, buddy.
What?
Where do all the little bugs go in the wintertime?
Search me.
No, thanks. I just want to find out.
Elizabeth Scott!
Hey, Scott, if it isn't Elizabeth Scott.
Elizabeth-
Oh, boy.
Oh, quiet.
No, that sort of thing.
I wanted to meet my partner, Lou Costello.
Her husband must have gray hair.
Quiet. If he says anything, just say down, boys.
Oh, he's hungry. Here, boy.
I don't eat dog biscuits.
What is he, them dog food?
Ah, Strongheart.
By the way, Holly, are we all set in your play in New York? You're sure, though?
Yes, bud. It's the
Good.
story of Daniel Boone.
Daniel Boone.
Uh-huh.
Great.
In it, you play an early settler.
Uh-huh.
And you, Costello, you play Daniel Boone. Oh, I can see you now with your coonskin hat and your buckskin shirt trimmed with squirrel tails.
How do I look?
Like a tub of butter with tassels.
By the way, what do you play, Elizabeth?
Oh, I play the part of an Indian girl.
Indian girl.
Uh-huh. And I'm madly in love with you.
All right.
You know, every night I send up
Don't
smoke
put this
signals
in the
to
other
show
hand.
my love. You know, 1 puff means I adore you. 2 puffs, I can't live without you. 3 puffs, hold me tight and kiss me.
Abbott, turn me over. I think I'm done on one side. Abbott, go home and tell my kids they got no more father.
Oh, take it.
I'll see you later.
Where you going?
going?
I'm going to Pasadena to get a smudge pot.
Ah, yeah.
Bud, would
dear.
you be kind enough to check my trunk?
Oh, sure, surely.
I'll see you boys later on the train.
All right, Elizabeth.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Bye now.
Hey,
She's a pretty girl. Goodbye, Elizabeth.
all right, all right. Say
There's a fine hunk of stuff.
What are you doing?
I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing it wrong.
Hey, no. Put it back. Don't do that, Luke. Come on, let's get the... No, put it there. Leave it there.
We better go check the grip.
Look, leave that bill. Give me your hand. Put it in my hand like that and leave it there. That's better. Now, come on. Let's...